this is just another test. I've set it across to auto. I had my exposure set on to manual, I'm not sure, and I've just flicked it across to automatic exposure, and I've got the colour balance set at 6200, which is sort of, daylight, so I don't know what this, the colours are going to look like, but I don't care. Might put a bit of colour on my cheeks. But, I'll talk to you later. See ya.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Yeah, Klang's World here. Look, I'm sitting in the car. The car's got good acoustics. It's a natural sound barrier to keep all the stuff out, the exterior sound. I'm using my DJI Action 5 internal microphones. The internal mics on these things, just for general, vlogging and crapping on, like I'm an expert at. I'm an expert at crapping on, but it just uses the internal mics. You can buy a lapel mic. It's not a lapel mic, it's actually a radio mic. The DJI Action 5 is the first DJI model to come out with it's got an internal receiver. It'll receive a signal from a DJI radio mic, or the little radio thing. It's about as big as a postage stamp. And you just hook it on here, and you just hook it in. You go into the menus and hook it up into the camera, and you'll get that nice warm sound that Soundo's like, because it's on your chest, Soundo's always used to say, point the microphone at his chest, you get a nice warm sound. Anyhow, the internal mics on this are good. Anyhow, to cut to the chase, I'll stop crapping on and cut to the chase. The stuff I shot last night down the car park, it was basically a test for me to test out the low light capability of my little DJI Action 5. I used to have a DJI Action 3, which is a bloody good camera, but it was lousy in low light. Like we used to do parties and stuff up in Thailand, and people on mobile phones would post stuff on the Facebook, and it was really good quality. But the DJI Action 3 just couldn't cut the mustard. But the 5 can do it. This current camera can do it. But the footage I shot last night, it looks like shit, like it's as grainy as all get out, and it's dark. But you got to understand, in the car park down at Revesby Station, it's dark. It's dark. Like in the car, I'm flat out seeing my hand in front of my face, so it's dark. The only source of light was some general car park lighting, and I think the closest light was about 50 metres away. And you'll get the odd car sort of driving past, and you might get a little bit of a kick from one of the headlights or something, but it's as dark as a tomb, and that's why it's grainy. But I come from a news background, filming news and current affairs and stuff, and you didn't really worry for cut and run sort of stuff. If it was grainy as all shit, as long as you got a shot that told the story, it didn't matter if it was red, white, blue, or grainy. As long as it told the story. Anyhow, that's my excuse for doing shit footage last night. But it was mainly an indication for me. I just wanted to check it out in that really dark scenario. But these little cameras are great. I used to have I think I've crapped on before about the GoPro. I had a great GoPro 7. The only reason I bought it, because it was this is quite a few years ago. It was the first GoPro model, I believe, that came out with the internal stabilisation. Like if you're walking around, it had the internal stabilisation to take any shakes out of the camera. But it was lousy in low light, like lousy. That's why I sort of upgraded to the DJI mod. I'm very happy with them. With these cameras, I'd highly recommend, if you want a camera that is a general purpose. I know these cameras are designed as action cameras. They're to screw on your head and jump off a cliff or something, or go skiing down a mountain, or jump out of an aeroplane. That's what they basically, that's the market they're sort of trying to appeal to. You can abseil and put on a parachute, jump off a mountain, and have this thing screwed into your head, or glued to your forehead or something, and it gets those fantastic footage that people get. because they got various settings, and you get super ultra wide things, and it does some spectacular stuff. But for general, I'd classify this as a fantastic little holiday camera. Like, they're really small. They're about the size of a couple of boxes of matches. The old style boxes of matches are about twice the size of that, and you can stick them in your pocket. I've got mine mounted on a little tripod, which I bought up in Thailand for a song down at a market. It's a name brand. It's a Ulanzi. It was mostly stolen or something and put up for sale at a bloody backstreet market in Thailand. It was the only one they had, so it must have been hot. Anyhow, I've got it, and it's terrific. It's got little fold-out legs. If you want to put it on a table, you can walk away from the camera and do a time lapse or something. And I bought a little ball head. I'll hold it up to the mirror actually, and you can see the setup. See? Oh, can you see it? Yeah, it's got a little ball head here, which I bought on Amazon, that American company. America, that Trump, Donald Trump runs. He's the king of America at the moment. But it's a little ball head that I bought off Amazon for about $10, and it works a treat, because you do need to level up the thing. And I bought a little spirit level thing that you see. It has got a like a flashlight, what do you call it? Flash gun mount on the top of the camera. And I bought a little bubble thing, which is about the size of a button, and you just stick it in there so you can level it up. It's amazing. But for general, like a holiday camera, it shoots fabulous stills. If you're into landscapes and all that sort of business, there's three or four settings. You got standard, wide, super wide, ultra wide. Wide enough to see the bloody hairs on your bum if you want to. But terrific little holiday camera, I reckon. Well worth the money. Like all the bullshit that the camera industry bloody tries to sell us these days, it's unreal. It's unreal. Like they talk about, having a street camera, something for doing street photography, and something for doing holiday photography, and another one for doing, underwater photography. Back in the 70s when I sort of, 60s and 70s when I sort of was into stills photos, shooting bloody, the old film, the 35mm film. You had a camera. You used it for everything, You used it for street photography. You used it for sport. You used it for anything, You used it for, holiday camera. They were a bit big and bulky, but that was it. That was the nature of the bloody thing. And you just lived with it. And, they had rangefinder cameras, which are a bit smaller. But the SLRs, fabulous cameras in their day. Anyhow, I'm digressing, and I'm just crapping on. I'm up to, what am I? I'm up to 9 minutes. Geez, that's a long one. I reckon people, when I put this up on, Klang's World, subscribe now, I reckon people will have switched off and deleted me and unfollowed me after about 2 minutes. Anyhow, you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. But, I was quite interested in the low light performance of the camera, and they're a fantastic little camera. I'll leave it at that. See you later. Have a nice day. Smile. Life's short. Then you're dead.